Today's podcast dives deep into a hot topic: AI personal trainers versus human personal trainers. Are AI personal trainers the real deal who can get you fit and improve longevity and health span? Or is this just another example of people being irreplaceable by machines? Now, right off the bat, if we want to talk semantics, there's really no such thing as an AI personal trainer, because AI is not personal, and frankly, it's not really a trainer either. I'll explain why in just a moment. But first, please be sure to click like and subscribe so you get more videos like this and help support our growing channel. All right, so most of you probably think of personal training as ultimately leading to a list of exercises to perform, along with the weights to use, the number of sets, and the number of reps. Now, in a nutshell, in my 30 years as a coach, that's what people tend to think is the bulk of what personal training actually offers, is that list to follow. Now, what I just described is actually only about 1% of what a real personal trainer and health coach should be bringing to your life. So if this podcast is going to help you transform your health and your life in any kind of meaningful way, then I cannot stress enough that initial program design of exercise name, number of sets, number of reps, that is literally 1% or less of the total scope of what you're going to need to accomplish your goals. Now, it will hardly do anything for your long-term fitness, and it will become outdated quickly. And I'm going to give you 5 reasons why that's the situation. First, your body's bandwidth for exercise isn't static from day to day or even from hour to hour. Your localized muscular energy and your systemic energy experience highs and lows, especially if you're new to meal planning and exercise. Therefore, whatever plan you're following needs plenty of last-minute modification and tweaks based on individual muscles' performance, on heart rate, on blood pressure, on breathing factors, and all kinds of other things. So a plan is only the start, but now we need to start quickly modifying that plan based on what we're seeing, okay, on your psychology, on your exercise response variables, and on anything else that indicates the change is necessary. Otherwise, you're just plain spinning your wheels. All right, number 2, so the intensities at which you train should be based on the maximum capacity of each muscle and of each energy system as well. And AI personal training doesn't take that into account, and therefore you're likely to either overtrain or undertrain the muscles and the energy systems as opposed to using your time really wisely. All right, the third reason why AI is not the best personal trainer, and that's every exerciser should have a list of priorities that need accomplishing. And when plan A needs to change, like for example, if you're getting joint pain from an exercise, you'll now need to know how to best use that extra time. And AI won't be able to help you do that. It's not going to show you how to pivot or when you need to substitute an exercise or if we need to change initiatives altogether. A person can do that by considering the totality of your physiology and psychology, and we can ask you the right questions, and a person can implement the right fitness tests to see where to go next. But AI doesn't do that. So number 4, an AI-driven program will provide fairly simple progressions, such as an increase in resistance or duration, but AI won't be able to evaluate when it's time to heighten your pre-stretch between reps, or add an isometric component, or add or remove a balance device from an exercise, or change your stance, or alter your breathing. These are nuances that only an experienced and clinically minded coach is capable of determining through observation and through a deep dive into all of your goals and your biomechanics. So one last item that I'll mention in relation to these bare bone essentials that AI provides is that a static AI-generated fitness program comes about by AI asking you questions that you're often not qualified to answer. For example, during exercise or during fitness testing, many people think that they're contracting muscles that they're not actually contracting. Others think that they're stretching muscles that are actually stretching. And some people even confuse normal lactic acid buildup within the muscle for joint pain. And so in each of these cases and many others, your perception of what's occurring is not congruent with what's physiologically taking place. You're going to give AI the wrong feedback, and AI will use that inaccurate perception to modify your program poorly. And this, of course, will reduce efficacy and could increase risk of injury as well. So before I wrap this podcast up, I have one more point to come back to, and I think this is going to help you avoid unnecessary trial and error. So first, if you haven't already, please be sure to click like and subscribe. Now, as I mentioned earlier, that a written list of exercises and their target number of sets and reps needs to be progressive. This is where the devil is really in the details, okay? Planning exercise progression and taking those reps and sets and stretching things out in the future requires a lot of working knowledge of the body. It should be determined by these four main factors. One is the quality of your muscle recovery from sleep. Two is your nutrition status, including supplementation and how that will affect your aerobic and your anaerobic capacities. Three is your genetically inherited muscle fiber type pertaining to each individual muscle group. And fourth is the level of adaptation that you're putting on each aspect of your fitness. Now, AI can interact with you to make some generalized assumptions and approximations, but it pales in comparison to what a seasoned and clinically knowledgeable human personal trainer can do for your fitness progression. Anyway, I hope that makes sense, and I hope this podcast has been helpful. If you'd like to experience my personalized in-depth coaching over Zoom, just comment below or visit one of my websites that are found in the description below. I have countless clinical strategies available, and through my observation and through Q&A, I can determine and demonstrate exactly what you'll need to build health and accomplish your fitness goals, whether you're a beginner or if you're more advanced. I look forward to your health and fitness success, everybody. See you next time.